Welcome back to the Senior Health Podcast. I'd like to begin with a simple scene. You wake up in the morning, stretch your legs, and suddenly a cramp grabs your calf. Or you get out of bed and feel stiffness that lingers long after you start moving. Most of my patients tell me they drink plenty of water, bottles and bottles, yet they still struggle with these problems. So why does water seem less effective as we age? Why can we do everything right and still feel tired, cramped, or weak? That's our topic today. Why hydration after 60 becomes a different game, and how small changes can make a big difference. To explore this, I'm honored to welcome back one of our wisest guests, Dr. Hinahara, a retired physician of traditional Chinese medicine from Chengdu, China. At 84 years old, he has lived through decades of medical change and carries a perspective that blends East and West. Dr. Hinahara, welcome back.
Thank you, Dr. Miller. You know, in China we say water is the mother of tea, and tea is the doctor of water. Even something as ordinary as water can transform when guided properly. I recall an old farmer who came to me many years ago. He drank more water than anyone in his village, yet he complained of weakness and dizziness. His problem was not thirst, but absorption. His body was like hard soil. Rain fell, but nothing stayed. That day I realised hydration is not just about how much we drink, but whether our body can hold what it receives.
That's such a powerful image. And it's exactly what I see in my own patients. They eat well, exercise, drink water faithfully, but still feel older than their years. Today, let's dive into why this happens, and more importantly, what can be done about it. So let's get right to it. Why does hydration change so much after 60? Why can someone drink plenty of water yet still feel fatigued or cramped?
It begins with the body's quiet changes. In youth, our cells are like soft clay jars, able to hold water easily. But with age, the membranes stiffen. Water slips through instead of staying inside. Even if an older adult drinks the same amount, the benefit is less. In Chinese medicine, we say, when the soil hardens, the rain runs off. Water falls, but the roots remain thirsty.
That aligns with what we see in Western medicine. With age, the kidneys become less able to concentrate urine and regulate fluid and salt balance, which increases dehydration risk. And the thirst reflex weakens. Older adults often don't feel thirsty until later, so it helps to drink small amounts regularly throughout the day.
Yes, and this is why I call it silent dehydration. It doesn't always show up as dry mouth or dizziness. Instead, it appears as cramps in the night, stiffness in the morning, or low energy that feels out of proportion to activity.
That's something I hear constantly from patients. Doctor, I drink liters of water, but I'm still tired. Their lab tests look fine, yet something's missing.
What is missing are water's companions, minerals, warmth and balance. Water by itself is like plain rice. It fills, but it does not satisfy. When paired with the right elements, it becomes true nourishment.
That makes perfect sense. From the Western side, minerals like magnesium and potassium are essential for muscle and nerve function. Without them, hydration doesn't stick. So it's not about drinking more, it's about drinking smarter.
Exactly. Too often, seniors think fatigue is simply old age. But in many cases, it's incomplete hydration. The body still has strength. It only needs water that can be held, not just water that passes through.
Now, I want to touch on something practical. The mistakes people often make with hydration. The first one I see is over-relying on plain water. Seniors carry bottles, refill them faithfully, and believe that more is better. But often it just leads to more trips to the bathroom, not better hydration.
Yes. Too much plain water without balance is like pouring rain on dry sand. It runs through without nourishing. People sometimes weaken their digestion this way.
The second mistake is cold water, especially at night. In the West, many people think cold equals refreshing, but for seniors, choose whatever water temperature feels most comfortable. Some prefer warm water, but cold water is not harmful for most people.
Indeed, in Chinese medicine, we say, cold closes the gate. The stomach and intestines must work harder, and the body loses energy instead of gaining it. Warm water, or room temperature, is gentler and more effective. Indeed, in Chinese medicine, we say, cold closes the gate. The stomach and intestines must work harder, and the body loses energy instead of gaining it. Warm water, or room temperature, is gentler and more effective. Indeed, in Chinese medicine, we say,
A third mistake I see is substituting coffee, tea, or sweetened drinks for water. Coffee and tea still contribute to fluid intake for most people, but they may affect sleep or urination. Sugary drinks provide fluid too, though they're best limited for overall health.
yes, these are not true hydration. They are stimulants or pleasures, but not nourishment. Taken in excess, they leave the body like a dry riverbed after a storm.
So to summarize, 3 major mistakes are drinking only plain water in excess, preferring cold water, and relying too heavily on caffeinated or sweetened drinks.
Correct, none of these habits are fatal, but over time they chip away at strength. Small adjustments can make water a friend again, instead of a fleeting visitor.
That's encouraging, because it means the fixes are simple. No extreme diets, no special devices. Just steady hydration with water as the base. Extras like electrolytes, coconut water, or creatine may help some people, but they're not for everyone.
Yes, and once these mistakes are removed, the body is ready to receive true solutions.
So if plain water isn't enough, what should people over 60 actually do instead?
It begins with a simple morning ritual, 1 slice of lemon, and most people don't need added salt in their water. If you have high blood pressure, heart or kidney issues, avoid extra salt unless your clinician advises it. In our tradition, lemon moves qi, energy, while salt anchors yin. Together they help water enter and stay.
That's fascinating because in Western terms, lemon's citric acid boosts mineral absorption, and mineral salts replace electrolytes like sodium and magnesium. It makes water work harder for the body.
Yes, the second layer is a clean electrolyte. Drinks may help after sweating or illness, but they're not essential for everyone. Check labels and talk with your clinician if you need to limit sodium or potassium. After walking, gardening or shopping, 1 glass with electrolytes prevents fatigue and cramps.
I love that. Most people think electrolytes are just for athletes, but older adults may need them even more because kidneys waste minerals more quickly with age.
Exactly. The third layer is coconut water, ideally freeze-dried and rehydrated so it retains its natural balance. In TCM, coconut water nourishes yin and cools the body gently. For those who dislike saltiness, it is a pleasant, sweet way to hydrate.
And studies back that up. Coconut water can help with mild dehydration, but it's high in potassium. Avoid or check with your clinician if you have kidney or heart issues.
The final layer is small but powerful. Creatine is usually taken at 3 to 5 grams per day, and timing doesn't matter. Evidence for memory benefits is mixed. Check with your clinician before using, especially if you have kidney problems. In our language, it nourishes jing or essence, helping both body and mind hold vitality.
So in short, lemon and salt in the morning, electrolytes after activity, coconut water for variety, and creatine at night. 4 layers, simple but powerful.
Yes, together they make water more than a drink. They make it true nourishment.
What I find so interesting, Doctor, Hinohara, is how your recommendations line up with modern research. For example, adding lemon makes water taste better and provides a small amount of vitamin C, but it doesn't significantly increase mineral absorption. It's exactly what you described when you said lemon moves qi.
Yes, in our language, lemon stirs energy and awakens the body. In your science, it changes the chemistry to allow nutrients in. The words differ, but the truth is the same. Lemon helps water carry more than itself.
And with mineral salt, even small amounts matter. We know sodium helps pull water into cells, while magnesium and potassium regulate muscle and nerve function. Without these, hydration doesn't stick.
In Chinese medicine, we say salt anchors yin, meaning it allows moisture to stay rooted in the body instead of passing through. Your science calls it electrolytes. Again, 2 languages, 1 meaning.
Coconut water, too, has been studied. Athletes who drank it rehydrated as effectively as those using sports drinks, but with steadier potassium levels. That reminds me of how you said the body recognizes it.
Yes, coconut water carries the chi of the tropics. Gentle, cooling, balancing. You call it potassium and magnesium. We call it yin nourishment. Both see the same outcome.
And then creatine, one of the most researched supplements in aging. Studies show it improves strength and even cognitive performance in older adults. In your words, it nourishes Jing, or life essence.
Exactly. Jing is the reservoir of vitality, not only muscles, but memory and spirit. In your science, creatine feeds cellular energy. In ours, it restores the body's essence.
That's beautiful. And I think the takeaway for our listeners is this. East and West are not in conflict here. They're describing the same truths from different angles.
Yes, one speaks with numbers, the other with poetry, but both guide us toward the same summit, resilience and vitality in old age. Let me tell you about Madame Jo, a 73-year-old woman I treated many years ago. She came to my clinic with her daughter, moving slowly, her hands trembling as she sat. Her daughter explained, "She drinks water constantly, doctor. Cups by the bed, in the kitchen, always drinking. Yet she still wakes with cramps at night, and she no longer has the strength for her garden." I listened and thought of a field in drought. Rain was falling, she drank plenty, but the soil could not hold it. Her body was the same. Water entered, but never stayed. So I offered her something very small. I said, "Tomorrow morning, add 1 slice of lemon and a pinch of mineral salt to your first glass of water. Sip it slowly, not quickly." She looked doubtful, but agreed. A week later, she returned, her eyes brighter. "Doctor, I woke without cramps. This morning, I rose without stiffness. It is the first time in years I felt light upon waking." We continued. After her morning walks, she added half a glass with electrolytes. Soon she told me she no longer needed to rest after shopping. A month later, she was gardening again, kneeling in the soil she had abandoned. Her daughter told me, "It has been years since I heard my mother laugh this way."
That is such a powerful story. And what strikes me is how small the changes were. A slice of lemon, a pinch of salt, a little electrolyte. No expensive medicine, no complicated plan. Yet the results were life-changing.
Yes, true healing is often quiet. It comes not from one dramatic cure, but from small rituals repeated daily. A river is not filled by one storm, but by many gentle rains.
That's such an important reminder for our listeners. Aging doesn't mean giving up strength. It means finding new ways to support the body, gently, consistently.
Exactly. With care, even the oldest tree can blossom again.
For everyone listening, let's make this simple. Here's a daily rhythm you can follow without needing charts or timers. Step 1. Morning ritual. When you wake, prepare 1 glass of warm water with a slice of lemon and just a pinch of natural mineral salt. Sip it slowly. This helps your body absorb and retain the water, restoring what you lost overnight. Step 2. After activity. If you've walked, gardened, or done chores, mix half a teaspoon of a clean electrolyte powder into water. No sugar, no dyes, just minerals. This keeps cramps and fatigue away. Step 3. Afternoon refresh. For variety or in warm weather, try coconut water powder in warm or room temperature water. It restores potassium and gives gentle energy without heaviness. Step 4. Evening support. Before bed, dissolve 1 to 2 grams of creatine in water. It helps muscles recover, keeps them hydrated through the night, and supports mental clarity. If you only try one step, start with the lemon and salt in the morning. Add the others gradually as they become habits.
And let me add this. The way you drink is as important as what you drink. Sip slowly, as if watering a delicate plant. Prefer warm over cold. Cold shocks the stomach, while warmth soothes and welcomes, and honour timing. Morning water awakens. Afternoon water refreshes. Evening water heals.
That's such a beautiful way to frame it. And I want to emphasize for our listeners, you don't have to do everything at once. Start with one change and give it time.
Yes, in China we say, a single drop begins the river. Do not rush. Let the ritual become part of you. Step by step, water will once again become your ally.
Dr. Hinohara, thank you for sharing your wisdom today. What I love about this conversation is how practical it is. These rituals don't require prescriptions or complicated routines. They're things anyone can begin tomorrow, and they can truly change the way aging feels.
Yes, too often people think aging is only decline. But I see it differently. Aging is like tea steeping. With time, the flavour grows deeper, richer, more fragrant. If we nourish ourselves with care, old age becomes not a fading, but a refinement.
That's beautiful, and I think our listeners will appreciate that hydration, something so simple, can be a doorway to feeling stronger, steadier, and more alive.
Water is life's current, but it must be guided. A slice of lemon, a pinch of salt, a spoon of coconut water, or a quiet glass before bed. These are not luxuries. They are companions that allow water to fulfill its purpose.
And I'd encourage everyone listening, don't feel you have to do it all at once. Try one change. Maybe that morning glass with lemon and salt. See how your body responds in a week. Sometimes the smallest rituals bring the greatest changes.
Yes, the body's like a garden. What you water daily will grow. If you water carelessly, weeds will rise. If you water gently, consistently, strength and vitality return, even in old soil.
That's the perfect thought to end on. Thank you, Dr. Hinohara, and thank you to everyone who joined us on the Senior Health Podcast. If today's conversation gave you something to reflect on, try it and let us know how you feel in a week.
Yes, begin with one ritual. Aging is not the loss of life, but the season of refinement. With care, even the oldest tree can blossom again,